Hey guys, happy Thursday. I'm really feeling this filter. Well, they keep changing filters like every day, it seems. What I want to talk about today is... Oh, it's telling me to hang on so they can tell more people that I'm on. You know what? Because I really don't know about this saving to IG thing. I used to kind of hate on the whole 24-hour thing. Especially if I liked the lives. That's why I would do Instagram and Facebook at the same time. It should just be an option, because there's no option to just keep it up for 24 hours. It should be save it to IG, keep it up for a day, you know. Yeah. But anyway, I guess what I wanted to talk about today was just, I guess, how I used to hold myself back. And, you know, maybe it's something you can relate to. If you're wanting to go after something, if you're wanting to work with helping other people, but you're just not, you know, pushing yourself or getting in this, or feeling like you're in the space to do so. This has been like a whole life thing, was just like, feeling like I needed to be perfect in order to get something done. Feeling like in terms of music, also in terms of just like answering questions. Like I would never speak in class, even if I was just like, I know this answer, but there's this fraction of a percentage that I could be wrong. And so because of that small chance, I wouldn't say anything, and then it'd be like the right answer. But even if it wasn't, like, who cares, right? That used to hold me back so much. I remember having a professor, my freshman seminar, which was a physics seminar, he talked to me about that, like, you don't speak in class and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I just don't know if I'm smart enough. And he's like, what are you talking about? Of course you're smart enough, and you're here. Like, this is a very, you know, good private college. I was just like, yeah. But he's like, anyway, the rest of the conversation doesn't really matter. But that's always been a thing. And, you know, I think a lot of people grow up with, I mean, you could get it from parents who say our grades aren't good enough, or, you know, just things from media. But that, I mean, literally in all aspects of my life, with the fact that I started learning Spanish when I was 3. And I still don't consider myself fluent. I'm getting so much better because I'm being more consistent about it. But I would never speak to my Spanish-speaking friends in Spanish because I didn't want to sound wrong, be wrong. But like, there's no other way that I would get better if I don't speak to other Spanish-speaking people. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, they could correct me and tell me if I'm doing something wrong or whatever. But it's like the not wanting to appear foolish is what stops so many people in their tracks. And it was like, I was just thinking, I would be better with people. I was always better with people who I knew didn't really speak English well, and so they could only speak Spanish. So I'd be fine, because I felt in some level we were on the same playing ground. You don't speak English well, I don't speak Spanish that well, or whatever. But if like they speak both Spanish and English, I'm just like, okay, you got this. I would never want to put myself out there like that. And you know, unfortunately at this point in my life, I don't have a Spanish speaking friend that I could speak to. But so if you are, let me know. But the last person I did like consistently speak Spanish with was my friend's wife. But see, that was the thing, like, she barely spoke English, so I was the only non-Latino person who actually could communicate with her, aside from her husband. But anyway, it's something I've been working on and trying to be consistent with. So that when I do have, you know, a Spanish speaking friend, I can just be like, let's just do this and let's not do English. But yeah, like, that's just infiltrated every part of my life, where it's like, if I'm not perfect, I'm not gonna put myself out there for that. And that has totally held me back in the past. And that's been something that I've been shedding for the last, gosh, I think 4 years actually. I think ever since I read, which I reread every once in a while, this book, Trust Your Vibes. And was it Trust Your Vibes? I think it was. And it was just like talking about like, what does perfection get you? Because if you have nothing to show for it, then you haven't gone anywhere. So I had to release that in like all areas of life. And the same with, with starting a business, with coaching, with it's like, okay, well, do I have to have this, that, and the third, and be considered a master at this, and go into all kinds of certifications and and I have some certifications, but it's just like, do I have to have this and that in place? And it's like, no, you don't. And I love that one of my my hypnosis teacher, he was just like, really, you just have to be a few steps ahead of the person that you're trying to help. You don't have to be I think we have to be at this whole this realm of the highest form of enlightenment or whatever, which there isn't. And that's what holds us back. So if you feel the need to say something, to talk to someone, to help someone with something, to say whatever, to do whatever, then do it. Like, don't let something hold you back because you're like, well, I don't know if I'm doing this 100% correct, because that is the only way you're going to know. That is the only way you're going to learn and get better. Otherwise you're just stifling yourself. You're making the process take so much longer than it needs to. Man, when I think about the amount of music that I could have out by now, if I hadn't been like I would just record music all the time, but just not even just for myself, because I had wanted to put stuff up. I'm just like, no, it's not good enough. And then it was just like, dude, like, I am a singer and people know me to be a singer, but I have literally no music anywhere. And like, that was dumb. So yeah, so that's definitely, something to think about. How are you holding yourself back in that way? Like, is it in certain areas? Was it like me? Like, was literally in all areas, like even in relationships, where it's like I didn't want to fully express myself, because then maybe that would take away from this perfect image that they have of me. It's garbage. Like, if somebody isn't accepting you for all of you, then you don't need to be with them. So don't be afraid to have, a disagreement, and express how you feel about something, because you're like, oh, well, their image is going to be, shaken of me. And, I had to think a long time about like where that stuff stems from with myself, and do hypnosis on myself, because I do, and, figure all that stuff out. But yeah, that's stuff that I've been definitely shedding. So, because that's crazy that it really infiltrated every aspect of my life, where I literally felt paralyzed in many circumstances and many experiences that I've had. So yeah, don't hold yourself back. If you want to do something, get out there and shine. Put yourself out there for your own transformation, and in the process you'll be helping others transform and grow as well. And so that's what I want to say today, and I will see you later. Peace and mellow vibes.